Hi everyone, Sailor Saturn, Sailor Ringworld, Ataru here. And today everyone always wonders about my life. Now, my life, now if you're speaking about, I don't know, the funny books, or if you're talking about the drawing show, it has to do with that. But either way, my life was not a good life. You know, my mother died when I was young. My father was a onlooked healer working with cells, until something went badly wrong and we both, well, and I died. But somehow I lived because my father made a deal with one of the death blasters, not knowing that it was a death blaster, but would do anything he could do to let me live. So you had some death blaster, I forget his name, but he took over my father's body, and for years he was doing things to folks. Well, the fiend was doing things to folks. And then over years I was also had two fiends inside of me. Well, one was called Mistress Nine. I don't know why they named her that, which was a death blaster who was growing inside of me and would sometimes take over me, and I'd have blackouts, and when I would come true I wouldn't have any thought of what was said or what was done. Then, since of that, I really didn't truly have any friends. Not in the neighborhood, not at Learn. It was truly sad. Now, Rini, also soon to become Sailor Mini Moon or Small Moon Little Moon, was the only one who at first befriended me after I helped get her hat back. And she kept with me during one of my strikes. And we became good friends afterwards. We would spend a lot of time together at her house, my house. And then sadly, Rini got taken by one of the Death Blasters, Kaori Knight, who need or need not be a Death Blaster. And Mistress Nine took over me fully after getting Rini's Hearthurst, which I became Sailor Saturn, Sailor Ringworld, and I helped beat, Overling King 90. And then that was it for me until the fifth following of Sailor Stars. Now, that's how the 90s drawing show handled it. And the 2000 ones, I'm offshooting the 3D following of what would be Hearst, but would really be offshooting from Sailor Moon Over. And I'm also there in Sailor Moon SS, or Over, as well as Stars. And a lot of folks always wonder if I'm the youngest of all the inner and outer Sailor fighters, and they would say, yes, I am. Now, my father, depending on which take you go, the 90s one, the fiend ended up being casted out of him, and he ended up going on to live a good life when I was born again, but was given over to me to Sailor Saturn, Sailor Underworld Trista by the fifth following. And the 24 between 100 YL show, he was already angry at folks for not giving him any onlook, and when the Death Blasters gave him the goal to take over the world, he took it. And he himself also became a Death Blaster, which ended up dying. So, yeah. Now, a lot of folks might say, if I'm the Sailor Fighter of Death and NEWBIRTH, why is it that many of the elder Sailor Fighters feared me, but the inner Sailor Fighters never did? Because I have the might to either end the world or start anew. And you might ask yourself, why would God give me, Sailor Saturn, Sailor Ringworld, that might? And a lot of folks don't bring it up. They say, well, how did the Moon Kingdom end? Well, in the books as well, in the 2000 drawing show, 24 between foil drawing show, it was shown that after the Moon Kingdom ended, I was called in to end everything and start everything anew. And also in Sailor Moon Hearst, I took Overling King 90 into another world and fought him for forever. But somehow it didn't stop me from coming back. And Sailor Moon Forever, which was really taking the stead of Sailor Moon SS. And coming back, also being back again in Sailor Moon Stars, which took the stead of Sailor Moon Sailor Stars. Now, a lot of folks out there might truly think that my life was not a really good life, that not really too many good things happened in my life. I got some of my hair I gotta get out. You know, some folks might think that very few good things happened in my life, you know, but being raised by Sarah Uranus, Sailor Neptune, Sailor Saturn, Sailor Skyworld, Seaworld, and Underworld, Amara, Michelle, and Trista, I guess that kind of made up for the bad childhood that I went through the first time. So, yeah, that's kind of, my life saga. And before I end this film, someone might ask me, why don't I have my Sai with me? What, the one from Dawnish folklore? Well, because one, Great Eastern Glee, which makes the squeeze dolls offshooting from the ones that Bandai and Irwin Toy made back in the day, did not give me anything except here's a bag, that's it, you're in it. Boom, boom, whatever. So I had to get a Sai from the Dollar Tree. And yes, it's not the kind of Sai that I have in a Sailor Moon drawing show or drawing film or the funny book or even the plays or song plays, it's true. But that's greater than nothing, So let me know what you think about my life, about which offshoot, because either offshooting from the drawing shows or the drawing films of the 9 between 90 YLs, or you're offshooting from the 2000 drawing shows and drawing films, or you're offshooting from the drawing books or funny books out there. My life was never really a good life, and neither tellings of Sailor Moon. So let me know what you think about that. I, Sailor Saturn, Sailor Ringworld Ataru, and I'll see you later.